Hi everyone, welcome back to Raise to Rise podcast, a place where we discuss bite-sized wisdom nuggets with easy-to-follow practices to live a better life. Raise to Rise podcast is supported by Ayurvedic Seva. Ayurvedic Seva is an herbal dietary supplement line set out to change the industry by dedicating the company to quality, safety, and holistic approach on making the wellness journey safe, healthy, and natural. If you want to start adding some natural herbs in your diet, then head over to ayurvedicseva.com and use our promo code RAISE2RISE for 30% discount. Once again, head over to ayurvedicseva.com and use our promo code RAISE2RISE for 30% discount. I am your host, Mital Patel, a parenting junkie, Ayurveda enthusiast, and an advocate of conscious living. One more year has gone by. No, actually, a whole decade is gone. And hopefully, every one of us has gotten wiser. That reminds me, have you listened to our episode 29? It's all about decade in review. If not, then please pause this episode and go and listen to that episode first. Now you'll ask why. Because before getting into the jab of our new decade and New Year's goals, I would really want you all to reevaluate the life that you have lived in order for you to gain the much needed perspective about your personal life. And once you are done with the decade in review exercise, come back and listen to today's chat, which is going to be all about how to set goals that will not fall by the wayside and tricks to make sure that our goals are the kind that will lead to the year-round success. So, what I have seen, and even personally what I have lived, that setting up New Year's goals or goal is a great idea. But sadly, most of these goals get dissolved into self-defeating disappointments. For example, gym trend, right, is what gives us a perspective about goal settings because gym membership increases in the first week of January and the number starts dropping drastically when the calendar hits the end of March. And no doubt that the beginning of the year is a natural time for us to set new goals, but unfortunately, even well-intentioned resolutions fall apart as early as the middle or end of the January. And it doesn't have to be this way. And trust me, there is a way to create healthy goals that will last the whole year because it works. There's this famous Harvard study showed that 3% of MBAs make 10 times as much as the other 97% combined. And the simple reason was goals and plans. Now, during the study, they found that 84% had no specific goals at all, where 13% had goals, but they were not written on the paper, and 3% had clear written goals and plans to accomplish them. And 10 years later, when this batch was interviewed again, the result was that the 13% with goals were earning twice as much as the 84% without any goals. But the 3% with clear written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97 together. And oh my God. Now just imagine the power of goals and plans. Actually, I must say the power of written goals and plans. So if we want to achieve our goals this year, we will have to buckle up and write down specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound, SMART goals. And so today I want to share be, do, have model that I learned last year from my coach Jay Shetty. And even the famous motivational speaker and author Zig Ziglar said, you have to be the right kind of person first. Then you must do the right things before you can expect to have the things in life that really matter. And this simple be, do, have model plays a huge role in today's world. Oh, and also this is same as what James Clear explains in his book Atomic Habits. He says goals are about identity, process, and outcome. So first, we need to focus on shifting identity, which is equal to being or simply changing the belief and focusing on the deepest level. And the questions we can ask ourselves are like, what do I believe? Second, we need to focus on shifting the process, which is equal to doing or simply planning the process. And the questions we can ask ourselves are like, what do you do? Third, and lastly, we need to focus on shifting the outcome, which is equal to having or simply the end result or our final goal. And the questions we can ask ourselves are like, what do I want? Or what do I get? So following these be, do, have guidelines, we can start writing our goals and plans, because a goal without a plan is just a wish. And we want to move beyond just a dream or wishing. Let me explain this whole process using an example. So for example, let's see if I write my goal for 2020 and it says, I would like to gain some weight and eat healthier. Then my goal is too vague. It's not a SMART goal. I have to be more specific. So let's break it down. So first, I will break it down the same way goal according to be, do, have. And if my have or outcome is I want to gain 10 pounds in 3 months, I will have to break down my do or the process saying I want to go to the gym 3 times a week and eat 1,000 calories extra per day. And now I'll write down my identity or belief to dive a little deeper. So I'll write, I want to live like a healthy athlete and weigh 120 pounds ideally. Now I have a clear, specific, measurable goal with the plan. So similarly, I can visit any area of my life I wish to set the goals for. I also think the best way to see my healthy goals and intentions unfold is to surrender them to the universe. And meditation is a great practice for this. Presenting our goals and intentions during meditation actually allows us to be guided in the right directions by universe. And then universe just handles everything when it comes to sticking to and achieving our goals. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of goal setting and you all can set up your goals with this be, do, have model and stick around for the entire year. Thank you for listening to Race to Rise podcast. We would absolutely love to hear your thoughts about our today's episode. Please let me know you have listened to this episode and fill me with your aha moment. Share it on Instagram, tag me with the hashtag Race to Rise or at Mithal's Conscious Parenting, and I would love to share those to my stories and shout you out there. So please go ahead and tag me on Instagram, and I would also love if you subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. It's our brand new podcast launch, and we have some bonus giveaways going on for the top raters and reviewers. Also, I would love to send you my 7-day parenting journal absolutely for free. All you gotta do is leave me a review in the iTunes store, take a screenshot, and email it over at raisedtorisepodcast@gmail.com. Again, take a screenshot of the review and email me at raisedtorisepodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you the 7-day parenting journal. Thank you so much for being the active listener of this podcast. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for raising your consciousness and rising as joyful beings.